Coming up on Look Today, well, the village of South Glens Falls has elected their first ever Green Party member to the Village Board of Trustees. I've got details. And Saratoga Springs City Council voted to promote their part-time city attorney to a full-time position. More on that coming up. And Saratoga Arts awarded 3 counties with over $100,000 in grants. We've got those details. All ahead on Look Today. Welcome everyone, I'm Jay Hood Jackson and this is Look Today. On tonight's program, I sit down with Mark Kleinhout. He's Director, Capital District Jazz Limited, and he's here to talk about Jazz at the Springs. That's happening at the Springs Street Gallery in Saratoga on March 29. I also sit down with Caitlin Dosh. She's Public Relations and Development Specialist for ARC. And we're joined by Dwayne Bullard. He's a Recreation Specialist, and they're here to talk about ARC services to the community. Plus, we got your weather for the Tri-North counties, but first, these headline stories. Well, in our lead story, the village of South Glens Falls has elected their first ever Green Party member to the Village Board of Trustees. Christine Elms will serve as a trustee, and she's also the first woman to serve on the board in 40 years. Now, as a new member of the Village Board of Trustees, she hopes to listen to the concerns of the people of the community. Well, we spoke to her today about her platform and her work in the community.
I've heard a lot of people say, we need change, and just asking a lot of questions and trying to get people to come to the board meetings so that they can actually be here to see what happens and what gets decided on, and they can, they'll have a chance to speak up and say what's on their mind. Congratulations,
Christine. All right, in other news, well, Saratoga Springs City Council voted to appoint Vince D. Leonardis as full-time city attorney. Now, currently, he's part-time. His annual base salary will be $135,000. The new position will take effect April 9. Now, in addition, he's also going to be the chairman for the new Saratoga Springs City Charter Review Commission. Now, we're going to talk to him about this week, and he'll also be on for an interview. And we'll have more for you then. All right, switching from news to weather. We're beginning to see spring-like weather. Yes, we are. Let's see how the week is shaping up. For a more detailed look at our weather, let's head to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first forecast.
Thank you, Jesse. I'm meteorologist Clarence Ponser with your first look weather update here on Look TV. Our national forecast tonight shows a new area of low pressure featuring a trough into portions of the Great Lakes. But it's that cold front and warm front. It's going to bring some unsettled weather once again to the mid-Mississippi River Valley, where they don't really need that much more rain. They need an area of high pressure. That's what's over our area tonight, but unfortunately, temperatures are going to drop into the lower 20s and upper teens throughout much of the Capital District, from Clifton Park to Edinburgh, Saratoga Springs to Fort Edward, about 20 or so degrees, maybe some upper teens. We'll be in the upper teens in the Glens Falls area, 14 though in Pottersville. We'll see basically clear skies, as regionally we'll be in the 20s, teens, maybe some lower 30s towards the Pittsburgh area, with clear skies, cold temps, and a northeast wind going calm. So not that much of a wind chill factor, and we warm up very quickly with those higher sun angles and longer days. We'll warm up nicely to near 50 on Tuesday. We'll experience mostly sunny skies as you walk out the door, with only the mid to upper 20s for temperatures during the 8 a.m. hour. Winds will be generally calm out of the east. Our extended forecast, we'll see a 60% chance of showers with that next cold front on Wednesday, although not much of a cold front yet, because we're going to see the temperatures rise. So it's more of a warm front rather than a cold front. 56 Thursday with partial sunshine. Rain is no chances with that next cold front, as we see those temps fall into the 40s for highs. Rain is no chances are at 40 to 50%, and a kind of an ill handling time that could impact your weekend plans. That was your weather update here on First Look Weather on Look TV. I'm meteorologist Clarence Ponser. Now I send it back to you, Jesse.
Thanks very much, Clarence. Okay, back to the news. Well, Saratoga Arts recently awarded 3 counties over $100,000 for art projects. Now, the 3 recipient counties for the 2018 Community Arts Grants are Fulton, Montgomery, and Saratoga. Now, the 35 grants total approximately $100,000. We spoke to Executive Director for Saratoga Arts, Joel Reed.
New York State Council on the Arts, they already oversee and manage more grants than any other state agency. For them to manage these smaller grants would really be impossible for them. Also, it's important that there's real local knowledge of what's happening culturally in a community, and so they need the kind of local organizations like us or regional organizations to help with the outreach and development of community arts projects.
Very cool. All right, up next, I sit down with Mark Kleinhout. He's a director at Capital District Jazz Limited, and he's here to talk about Jazz at the Springs. That's happening at the Spring Street Gallery in Saratoga on March 29. That's this Thursday. Plus, I also sit down with Caitlin Dosh. She's Public Relations and Development Specialist for ARC. And we're joined by Dwayne Bullard. He's a recreation specialist for ARC. And they're here to talk about a very cool event going on there and the services that they provide to our community. But first, if you see news happening, you want to share a story idea, how about join us for an interview? Then give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Look Today. It's Monday, so we like to look ahead. Another big week. Look at seniors, another installment tomorrow. Ex-Mayor Joanne Yepsen from Saratoga is coming in this week. Tell us what she's been up to. Been involved in some really interesting projects. Cheryl Hage-Perez is coming in to talk about the upcoming series we're doing here called A Look at Veterans. That will be starting in the weeks to come. World Awareness Children's Museum is also scheduled to come in. And we're going to have more high school students coming in to continue the conversation about gun control. Very important conversation. The past weekend was just terrific. Down at the GE Theater at Proctor's, they started something that Chuck Visconian for Rockmon is involved with. I think it was called Capitol Records Live. And they had a bunch of the best local artists come in and do music of the Beatles. And included Wild Adriatic with a horn section, Barry Sachs included, Girl Blue, who just was a killer. Brian Brundage was in with his group, The Collective, I think it's called. Just terrific. And a very interesting interpretation, two rap artists. Clear Mind came on and just ripped it up as well. Next night, Strand Theater in Hudson Falls. My wife and I went over for the first year anniversary. It's absolutely amazing what Jonathan Newell and his team have accomplished in Hudson Falls at the Strand Theater in just 1 year. And a quick look out goes to Mark Abadili from Hughes Insurance, who organized this event. It was 80s night, so you know what we were in store for. Yup, a lot of big riff bands. It was just a lot of fun. So congratulations to Jonathan Newell, and thank you again to Mark Abadili for organizing that event. All right, that's it. I'll see you tomorrow night for the stories that matter to you. Good night, everyone.